Okay, this is the interior plumbing and appliances video. We are in the primary bathroom. Hello. And in the soil closet, the fan does not work. Huh. So, moving on along. The shower is kind of unique or concerning in that I can turn it on. That's cold water, all right? And that's hot water. Okay, I get that. But the only way you get any good flow is if it's all the way up. And I don't understand that. Then on our primary bathtub, we're missing our shower stopper. Well, actually, the bathtub stopper. Actually, we're not missing it. It's loose. It's right up here. But then they've got these handles, and this one's marked cold, and it is cold. And this one's marked hot, and it is hot. But when you're in the tub, when you're in the tub, cold is supposed to be on the right, and hot is supposed to be on the left. Okay, moving on around here. This is going to be consistent with all of our plumbing. But if you'll see up underneath here, right here, we got escutcheon plates, those little silver plates next to the wall. And none of our plumbing drains have that. That was a very common plumbing faux pas, misstep, practice, call it what you will, back in the 80s and beyond, you know, but no, you're supposed to have a little escutcheon around there. Is it a big deal? It's not really a big deal. Is the house going to fall down? No, everything's going to work fine. Okay, but you don't have it. We don't have it. Coming over here, now this faucet, you gonna do it for me? Trust me, I wouldn't write this up if it doesn't leak. And it does, that valve leaks. This was this valve over here. Am I getting confused? No, this is the one I thought wouldn't drain right. Wait for me, baby. But the drain was actually closed. No, this, oh, there he goes. I just saw it. It leaks in there. Okay. And then we're going to roll on out. And we're going to roll to our kitchen and do some appliances while we're at it. So come over here. We got, up underneath here, we got a foul line. That's Hillbilly Home Inspection, FOUL. And this is all supposed to cascade down. This is like it's supposed to be. Now, what supersedes code? Manufacturer's installation instructions. Okay. So sometimes I've seen some manufacturers that are okay with that. Your realtor will certainly tell you, or your agent or whatever will certainly tell you, they say, just put some bleach in it. You know, that's what they always say. Put some bleach in it. Thank you for looking out for me. No problem. Okay, so we're coming on underneath here. But again, I haven't seen a sink get moved yet. And if you get your sink moved, let me know. I'd like to know how it went. But let's look up here. Let's see if I can do that. Look up there. You see any clips holding your sink up? No, it's just sealant. They put some tape underneath there. They put a board underneath it. Oh, look, and we're leaking right here. Where did that leak come from? Okay, that's interesting. It looks like it's coming from this hose. Looks like it might have a leaky hose. Okay. Is it coming from the... Huh? Okay, we got a little leak underneath the sink. Glad I caught that. And this home has been inspected by Dano. When did you inspect this home, Dano? 9/17/2025. So there might be some additional information about this home. No two inspectors see the same things the same way. Okay, and certain experiences take them down different roads, and they got different opinions, and you might find some more good information about this home by asking the seller if they have any of that documentation. They should have brought it forward. You might have it already, but and the worst thing that can happen is you'll feel good about my price. If you compare, you know, I encourage comparisons. So we come over here, and this is our food waste disposal. And is that where the water's coming from? No? Okay. It's a half horsepower food waste disposal. It's not GFCI protected. It wasn't required when the home was built. I get that. It's just that requirement's just a few years old, but it's not GFCI protected. In fact, none of our kitchen appliances, refrigerator, none of them, the laundry, none of them are GFCI protected. But this is the drain right here. This is the drain for the dishwasher. We do not have a high loop. Okay, so what happens is we get the barometric pressure, okay, coming down from SpaceX, pushing down on here. Oh, Elon, stay off of my head. And then it just goes right on down there, okay, and pushes the dirty water down this hose right into your clean dishes. Right into your clean dishes, just like that. We're going to look up that leak a little bit more, but so you're supposed to have a high loop there. Dishwasher is not GFCI protected, does not have a high loop. Food waste disposal is not GFCI protected. Refrigerator is now supposed to be GFCI protected. Now, if you're going to, retrofit and you want to make it, bring it up to certain codes, I get it, It's safety. I never underestimate safety. But you want the GFCI to be at the circuit breaker. If you put the GFCI back here on the refrigerator and you have it trips for whatever reason, well, then, you got to move the refrigerator to reset it. And then this is our refrigerator ice maker valve, okay? And we got underneath here, we got a little bit of corrosion. I'm supposed to tell you if it's got corrosion on it, and you got a little bit of corrosion. You don't have as much corrosion as I got, but my house isn't for sale. Okay. Then roll over here. Our kitchen, are you still warm? Yes. Okay. Our kitchen range, okay, it has convection, which is in timers or beyond what I do, but I got all the burners nice and cooking. I got the broil. I did turn the convection on. The fan does go around and around and around and around, and the light works. And but it does not have an anti-tip device. It's not GFCI protected and does not have an anti-tip device. Then, per code, this corner is supposed to be no closer to this cooktop than 24 inches. And but a lot of manufacturers say this corner to their 35 inches. I don't have the manufacturer's installation instructions. I don't know what to tell you. I do know that the microwave works. Okay, comes on, light comes on. Warmed up my rag. I was able to clean my glasses. I did all that. This is the laundry. We've got, it's all electric home, by the way. Hot and cold are labeled. No GFCI in here. It's got a 4-prong receptacle for the 220 or 240, and maybe all 4 prong. I know that it operates. I know that you can hack these, and sometimes, if the wiring is a legacy wiring. So sometimes they just use the new receptacle and they leave one of the wires off because you don't have it. And, I don't know how that works exactly. Got a little gap in our... You know what this is called? This is called the sink. Where are you? This is called the sink. Okay, it's a little bit loose right in there, huh? Okay. Rolling around. We're running out of stuff to talk about because I've already talked about... The fireplace might be an appliance, but I've already talked about it. And when I got in this place, it was freezing cold. It was freezing cold. I found this thermostat set on 63. I'm leaving at 74. Okay? Moving on in. This is the last one. Oh, and I can go ahead and speak to this too, by the way. This is GFCI protected, but it doesn't have the GFCI labels on it. But these sinks right here, how am I going to do that? How can I? There we go. Right in there, you don't have the little overflow drain. Those are called percolators. And they are not required. They are not required. And if you look underneath here, we'll notice that we do not have the escutcheon plate for our drain because none of the drains have escutcheon plates. And on the commodes, so I should have spoken to this already, but everything's supposed to go down, goes down. Bye, Timmy! Okay. And then this shower, it leaks right in here. The valve leaks right in there.